Earth, ruled by dinosaurs for 160 million years. Nothing had ever truly threatened their dominance over our planet. One ordinary day, something enormous was already heading towards Earth. High above the atmosphere, an asteroid, nearly 10 kilometers wide, was racing through space, traveling silently through the solar system for millions of years. Now, its path had finally aligned perfectly for a direct hit with Earth's positioning within its orbit. The dinosaurs had no idea. Across the planet, life continued as it always had. Herds of triceratops moved across open plains. The fearsome Tyrannosaurus rex hunted through river valleys. For millions of years, these creatures had dominated the land, sea, and sky. Nothing could prepare them for a mega disaster on this scale. Far beyond the moon, the asteroid continued its approach. Scientists now believe it was a carbon-rich asteroid, likely formed in the outer regions of our solar system. It was made of ancient rock and metal left over from the formation of the planets themselves. Traveling at nearly 20 kilometers per second, it crossed the distance between the moon and the Earth in just a few hours. As it entered Earth's atmosphere, the dinosaurs would have seen the sky suddenly change. Friction with the atmosphere heated its surface to thousands of degrees. The object now burned brighter than the sun itself. Across half the planet, animals looking towards the sky would have seen something unimaginable. A new star dominated the sky. Within seconds, the asteroid tore through the atmosphere. The air itself exploded outwards as it forced a path through the sky. Then, it struck. The asteroid slammed into what is now known as modern Mexico. The impact occurred near the shallow seas of a prehistoric coastline. In less than a second, the asteroid released energy equivalent to 100 trillion tons of TNT. That is more than 1 billion Hiroshima atomic bombs all at once. A crater nearly 180 kilometers wide ripped open the surface of the Earth. This is now known as the Chicxulub crater. Shockwaves blasted outwards faster than the speed of sound. Within seconds, earthquakes stronger than magnitude 11 shook the planet. Forests hundreds of kilometers away were flattened instantly. Molten rock was blasted into deep space. Entire mountains of debris were thrown in and beyond the atmosphere. But the impact itself was only the beginning for the end of the dinosaurs. Trillions of tons of pulverized rock, ash, and molten material launched high into the sky. Much of it briefly left the atmosphere before falling back down across the planet. As it re-entered the atmosphere, the debris heated the air, and the sky would have turned into a global furnace. Temperatures rose high enough to ignite vegetation across the continents. Firestorms raged across ancient landscapes that had stood for millions of years. Meanwhile, enormous tsunamis formed at the impact site. Waves may have reached over 100 meters high, racing across prehistoric oceans and flooding coastlines thousands of kilometers away. Then the sky went dark. Dust, ash, and sulfur blasted into the upper atmosphere began to spread across the planet. Sunlight struggled to reach the surface. Temperatures dropped. Plants could no longer photosynthesize, and the base of the food chain began to collapse. For animals that had ruled the earth for over 100 million years, the world was suddenly unrecognizable. Then came utter silence. Without plants, the herbivores starved. Without the herbivores, the great predators fell. Across the planet, ecosystems that had evolved for millions of years began to unravel. One by one, species disappeared, and the age of dinosaurs, which had lasted longer than all of human civilization combined, was ending. Not all life vanished. Small mammals survived, and many reptiles endured. One group of dinosaurs lived on, with a few others, birds and the best adapters. But the giant rulers of the prehistoric world were gone. A single day had triggered a chain of events that reshaped the entire planet. For more than 160 million years, dinosaurs had ruled our precious Earth. In the end, their reign did not fade slowly. It ended with the fire from the sky, with an event that happened within a day. Then the rest were choked out in the coming days and months. From the ashes of the day the dinosaurs died, a new world would slowly be born. Do leave me a message in the comments if this took you back to when the dinosaurs died. Thanks for watching.